Shalom guys, hope that you're doing fantastic. Thanks for joining for a daily reading for the 30th of November. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, all that kind of stuff. If you are new, welcome. I'm very bold on this channel. If you're not for the truth and the harsh truth, you won't like me. This is where you'll leave. Otherwise, welcome. I'm for uprightness and I am for love, but sometimes it has to be addressed. People who aren't walking that way has to be addressed. So I will not sit in the council of the wicked. So if you are, you will be literally, you just won't like me. Okay, you just won't like me. And I don't like you if you're wicked. You don't want to change. There is no salvation for the wicked if you've not turned to the great name of Jehovah. Okay, anyway, those of you who are returning and you are upright in your heart, thank you for being that way. I appreciate you. Okay, don't know where you're at on my end, but if you are out there somewhere, thank you for being that way in the earth. Okay, anyway, let's get started here. Jehovah, I just invite your presence here. I thank you for boldness today. And if you are new, I feel the energy and it's really rushing through me today. Okay, it can be very stern because Jehovah is really stern through me. Okay. Jehovah, I just invite you here. Whatever you want to say, I yield myself to you. We are nothing without you. Let no one ever think that they could put their fist up to you and win. You are the great and mighty Elohim, the one and only, the Holy One of Yisrael. Elohim of my forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I thank you for being our protector, going before us, preparing the way, being our shield and our buckler. You're the one who fills our mouth and tells us what to say. Your laws are written upon our heart, and we will go in and we will annihilate the wicked out of the land like you tell us to. Get rid of the giants, invade them today by the word of the Lord. Let Michael and his angels come down here and war against this stupid, nasty devil energy. Release the chains today off of those who have been hurt. So the command, the commandment, the commander, the ordinance, and the law is here. And I just did a reading on my other channel, and never ceases to amaze me how Jehovah would bring a thing out. But we had the head of something there. The man, the boss, the chief of something. So we have a commander here, which the great commander is Jehovah, people. There ain't no other commander. He's the only king and the only wise king of the universe, okay? He is our Yeshua, our salvation. He is our prophecy. He is our testimony. You don't testify and give your allegiance to that commander, you're screwed. You're out of here. So there's an exam here. We had the hermit come out in that other reading, and he would be a doctor. Some of y'all are dealing with maybe even a teacher energy, or maybe you are a teacher who gives exams or something like that. But the word exam is out here. Somebody needs to examine something. Okay, so there's some type of ordinance or law, I guess on a local level or a statewide level or a country level that's here, something like that. We also have deep marsh mud. That's incredible because yesterday we had the word mud that came out. And this goes back to wine as well. We're dealing with reptilious energies that go into the marsh and the mud. But I got on here and spoke yesterday and talked about the flood. And Jehovah had revealed to me after I turned the camera off, because we had the word mud. It's already begin to rain, people. It's already begin to rain. And the door's going to be shut on some people. Because they failed their exam where Jehovah was, testing people. A couple of years ago, it started out on my channel. Jehovah had me write down, this is only a test. And some people didn't pass a test. They're sinking in the mud now. Okay? And the door's being shut. Yesterday, somebody had a warning. If you didn't do something or turn, it was over for you.
There was no more. The door was shut, and people gnashing their teeth and saying, no, 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 now let us in, let us in. And Jehovah said, no, there's no salvation for you. That literally came out in my other there is no salvation for you. You're being washed away. You're in the mud. You're in the marsh. You're nasty. You're probably dealing with somebody who's a big drinker. We have wine here. Okay. Well, this is the time that the prophecy stated that the church who was sitting on the dragon, the reptilious marsh thing that goes down in the marsh, was going to get judged because she was drunk on the blood of the saints. With her little cup. Give her double. She didn't pass the test. Okay? She didn't. Somebody is guilty here. Yes. And there's the spider coming out as well. Exactly. So this is the lizard is connected to the spider. Is what I have on this card. And it's at the heel. Now the spider is the web. It's also the internet. So given what I stated about the tet that came out, which is the hermit, normally holds the snake, which is reptilious energy, who would be like a counselor or whatever. We've got the lizard energy, reptilious stuff here coming out here. The marsh is really here, people. And this is guilty stuff, man, really coming out here. The tet goes back to catching somebody up in the net, so the internet energy is here. The spider is here. The bloodsuckers, right? Drunk on the blood of the saints. The spider will wrap you up and then suck your blood. And the bloodsuckers are getting judged right now. It's nastiness. You don't drink blood. That's gross. And that's a violation of the great commander's laws. You're nasty and you're guilty because Jehovah brought it out here. Jehovah's sword's coming and getting rid of Leviathan now. Okay, he's judging Leviathan. What's Leviathan? Leviathan is the proud, the stubborn, the stiff-necked, the self-assured people who can't pass the freaking test. Somebody failed because they're guilty here. They're just freaking guilty. Yes, they still have the evidence. Yes, and there's a freedom from a master, which would take us back to devil-like energy here, okay? And there's a hammer. And that's incredible because the word that came out was connected to metal. In my other reading, we've got the hammer, which is the sheet metal. You could be a sheet metal worker for some of you all. This might be playing out for some people, that for whatever the metal is for you. But this is going back to talking about the metal that's pounding gold. The devil energy. The industry is here, people. And to flatten out the sheets, right? And so freedom from a master work was out there in my other reading as well. So you just speak on what you want to say, what you want to tell. Somebody guilty, they still have the evidence. I could be connected to this commander. Okay, if this commander is mixed up in some nasty, then you're going to, you look, Jehovah's no respecter of person. I don't care who you are. Jehovah don't care who I am, except who we are chasing after, and that's him. That's it. Because he's even. And if our scales are uneven, we're an abomination. We either going to keep the laws of the divine and walk in his commandments and keep all of them, or you're screwed. You're in deep marsh and you become like the spider, and you become like the lizard. And the liz in the Hebrew represents perverse. Something's perverse here. Somebody is guilty. They're guilty for stealing money and inheritance and everything else as well. It's nastiness. Jehovah, what do you want to bring? And somebody's going to hell. They are going to hell. They're already standing in the rain. Oh, it's raining. It's pouring. The old man's been snoring. And now he woke up and the mud's on him and he's gone. And he's lost his soul. Yes, because they talk to the dead, don't you know? Now, I talked about this the other day. They're murmurers. They're complainers. They just sit there and pout and pout and pout. Jehovah had something here for somebody and they didn't want it. They wanted to sit here and murmur and conjure up the dead. And that's exactly what I proved right out of living scripture, that witchcraft really is. Okay? They're murmurers. This is a bitter soul here. Well, they're guilty. They're guilty. They're guilty. They're defeated. This has been unbridled ambition, and it's just nasty, rebellious energy showing up out here. Okay, and somebody's guilty. And we got the King of Wands and the other man and a spiritual leader. But if he's in the negative and somebody is, they're guilty. They still have the evidence of something. And the spider's at the heel is under our feet like the lizard. He's defeated. That stupid King of Wands in the negative. He's nasty, and he's probably connected to giants and everything else. If he's in upright, getting up and he's taking action, and he's very spiritual, and he's taken these wicked to prison. What else you want to bring out here, please, Jehovah? You just speak on. Thank you. So, yeah, there's a lot of bitterness here, isn't there? Well, some people, look, if you're not forgiven, you won't be forgiven. And there's the spilt wine. The wine really is coming out here then. Then they've been crying over spilt milk. And here's, you know, the other card that I have shows somebody's drowning here. Well, somebody is going to drown now because they let other people just sit there and try to figure out a thing because somebody was paid off to go do something. Now somebody's having to pound out the metal sheets and give the money due where it's due. Right, Esau? You do. You're out. The fire flood came after you. There's the Tet itself. Well, there it is. Okay, well, there it is. That's a judgment card in the Hebrew. This is somebody who needs a freaking doctor. This is somebody who knows, who goes within, has got high volume wisdom and understanding and discernment. Yeah, again, I just went over the Tet. It's here. It's going to come out today. The Hermit. And somebody put somebody in isolation and made them lonely as well, and because they're just because they're just from hell itself. Look at this nastiness, and they're going to give back everything that they stole because Jehovah's going to make sure that they do. Don't you know? Somebody's guilty today. They need to be taken away. Somebody's got the scales over their head. Whatever the crap this is coming out today. Jehovah made something known. Yes, there's a ruler, a punishment from a ruler, an officer, an overseer, a dominion is here. Yes, it is, because somebody's freaking stole something. They lied, they cheated. They're in the marsh. They're nothing but a reptilious nasty, and they're getting judged today, people. They just are. Yeah, there's a fugitive energy here. That's been very piercing. You're also dealing with somebody who may have a rod or some type of a piercing or a slot or some type of a crooked thing that has been pierced through the facial area as well, that is connected to something. And somebody was paid off to do something here, to catch somebody up in the net. It just didn't work because Jehovah's going to overturn their tables every single time. Okay? Something could have happened at a bar because we got wine here showing up. Something connected with some round rods as well is here. There's prison here on somebody. Okay, somebody been a fugitive or thinking about running. Well, you ain't gonna get away. You're just not going to. Go ahead, try it. As soon as you do, here comes the word that the divine gave this morning was a eagle bird that's going to swoop down and take the snake as soon as you think you're going to run. Okay, so you just go ahead and do what you're going to do, because some people are self-assured in themselves. Yeah, the law really is here. But somebody's guilty if you don't get up and do the right thing today, and you don't give back what is not yours. Today you pay. You really are in some deep mud. Somebody is in some freaking deep mud, and the snake of the head of the snake needs to be cut off today. It needs to go to prison, and needs to be taken out of society for the nasty that's been done, for this conjuring up dead energy and being in witchcraft and all that kind of stuff, and being an enchanter and all that stuff that I talked about the other day. It is being judged today, people. It really, really is. Shalom.